I'm thinking back on all those times when I felt closed off from all that I could become, eager but too scared to climb. Wanted to please my friends, but it felt like the end of myself. I was shut down and all drained out. I was lost, so I had to change. Yeah, I shook off all the bad vibes, cut me loose from the pettiness they turned on me. But now I am perfectly free to be me. This is who I am. This is who I am now. No matter what they say, this is who I am. This is who I am now. They think that I have lost my mind, that I'm not being true, but they don't have a clue. 'Cause this is me when I cut out all of the shallowness and everything I suppressed to fit in a small frame. But I won't play your game anymore.
What drink do you have? Leave it in the comments. What's your drink of choice tonight?
Yeah, I shook off all the bad vibes, cut me loose from the pettiness they turned on me. But now I am perfectly free to be me. This is who I am. This is who I am now. No matter what they say. Wanna shake the ground, wanna break away, let loose. I'm tired of waiting, gotta make that move. All the neon signs, now they shout to me and you to write our story. Wanna shape the new. Do you wanna come along with me? Come along with me. Do you wanna? And we ain't got nothing, gotta do something, get it right. Gonna keep on running, grab the fun and live it light. And tomorrow's far away, should I let the party fade? And we ain't got nothing, gotta do something, let us all tonight. Got a restless mind, and now I won't let go. So let us be crazy before we get cold. You can take us out, your doubts won't hold us down. 'Cause we're gonna light up the sky where we go. Oh, do you wanna come along with me? Come along with me. Do you wanna? And we ain't got nothing, gotta do something, get it right. Gonna keep on running, grab the fun and live it light. And tomorrow's far away, should I let the party fade? And we ain't got nothing, gotta do something, let us all tonight. I'm gonna let my hair down, I'm gonna take control. We're gonna make a big sound, we're gonna break the mold, the mold. Gotta do something,
Oh, is there a
get
bug?
it right.
It didn't
Gonna
stop
keep
the
on
music.
running, grab the fun and live it life.
I'll stop it manually. I'm a little out of breath, I suppose, from the countdown timers because it's been quite a while since I did a dancing countdown timer. I started the trend. I should have kept it going, I suppose, but I was doing some testing and then it just never came back. So welcome. Happy creator anniversary for everybody. This is my 20th creator anniversary doing videos online. So I brought some champagne to pop with you, but bring your drink of choice. This was just left by somebody who came to a party once. So it was sitting there, so I figured might as well. I have something interesting. I love to hear your stories. I want to hear your stories. I see Dave and Kathleen and Paul and Callie in the house, in the chat room. You guys, I didn't expect all of you to show up tonight, but thank you for being here. I am incredibly honored to call you community. This is not just about my 20th anniversary. It's really about celebrating all of us, what we do as content creators, especially video creators. It's damn difficult. I mean, am I right or am I right? It is hard and it deserves recognition, no matter if you've been at it for 2 days, 20 days, or 20 years. And I am just so grateful for each and every one of you for being a part of this journey that I have gone through over the years. Some of you have been here since day one, like Dave Peterson, and still I call him a friend, and he went through ups and downs with me throughout all of the years. Kathleen has been here, Paul has been here since almost the beginning, and many of you. So right now, I would love to figure out where you came along in the 20 years. Some people were leaving comments that they're babies themselves into the community because they just started watching in 2017 or 18. But I just am truly grateful for each and every one of you. So I hope you know that. And my current team, Paul Dixon, Callie, I almost called you Callie Lewis, Callie Louise Fabro, Kathleen, they really just have been through thick and thin with me, and Dave had been too as well. And I'm just like, when you stop and reflect on all of the things that you've done, whether that's doing video, whether it's not, it really opens up this concept of who your friends are, who your community is, and who you want to surround yourself with. And I think that's a beautiful thing. It has not been all shiny rainbows. If you watched my Instagram reel, if maybe we can throw a link to that if people haven't seen that, the Instagram reel is definitely the highlights, and none of the downs or the lows, but that's what a highlight reel is. So come on. But, it hasn't been all rainbows and sunshine, and some of you know that. And those of you who stuck through the lows, through my disappearances, my disappearance, like changing my name, totally burnt out and not knowing what to do next. Those of you who've stuck around and been here through all of the lows, thank you. Just a true thank you. But this is about all of us. So how long have you been creating content? Tell me in the comments, how long have you been creating content? I want to hear that. I love to celebrate you and saying it is well worth it. One of my mentors and friends was just saying to me today, 20 years is just crazy because most people don't make it past the 10-year mark. And there is a big 10-year real reality to when you're creating content and being an entrepreneur online. And I did have a 10-year burnout, but sticking it out keep continuing to go beyond that burnout moment, starting from scratch and having to figure it out all over again in a new environment, new brand, new everything. It is so well worth it. And so when you are feeling drained, when you're feeling like it's hard, when you're feeling like all of the things, please remember this. 20 years in, I'm still saying it is well worth all the hardships that we might go through as we do your own journey as well. So, thank you. All right. Yes, my countdown timers is when I get my cardio in. Happy 20 years. Thank you so much. I don't know about that, but okay. You know what? I'm practicing accepting compliments because I'm not very good at it. It's interesting. I have been very aware over the last week or so, especially the last couple of days, as people have been complimenting me and saying, oh, I remember when you XYZ. I tend to deflect for sure a lot. And I tend to pass off credit a lot. And that has been probably one of my struggles, my biggest struggles that have led me to some of the lows in my journey. And maybe that's a topic for another time, but the ability for me or the desire for me to deflect credit for what I have accomplished and for what I've done comes so easy and naturally to me that I still find myself doing it to today. And I think all of us need to sit in, and I know this is a struggle for you as well. Another of my friends was just like, oh my God, girl, like people don't know you've done all of that. I'm like, yeah, I'm really terrible at talking about my own stuff. Because it feels vain, right? Am I right or am I right? Like, I know that all of you deal with the same thing as well, right? Thank you so much. Thank you, Dave. You deserve the thank you. I'm practicing saying thank you, but you also need to as well. I know this from our students and viewers and community that you struggle as well with not talking about you in a positive sense. We want to minimize, and it doesn't do us any good. It doesn't do any of us any good to minimize what we can own for what we've accomplished, our failures, our mistakes, our accomplishments. And so I am definitely learning to think about experiencing that a little bit more. You know, I'm 1 year older than your online personality, Sammy. Oh, don't remind me I'm old. Come on now. Come on. All right. Oh, I forgot to go off of, hold on. I was on Wi-Fi for AirPlay earlier. I just turned that off. Yes, French. Yes. Okay, I knew both of your names. Long time here. Ryan, thank you so much. Thank you, David. Nika, the team is just incredible. I've been on board for 58 months. The fact that you know it 58 months. Did you look at your membership? Is that what's going on? Maybe you found us during the pandemic. Okay, that makes sense. Just tuned in, started watching your last days in the basement. Okay. So, yeah, to 2020, 2019. Yeah, 20. That would have been like 21 or so, something like that. 11 years on YouTube. Congratulations. That is amazing. Around for all 20. Thank you so much, John. That means just the world to me. Paul started watching shortly after Geek Beat started. That's right. I always think of you going back. No, that's right. Geek Beat. Because I think of you in a particular stream that I was doing. It's funny how our minds attach our community members too. But Paul, I remember you calling me out. So Paul is one of the reasons, I've told this story before. Paul is one of the reasons that I I communicate better with my audience, because he got mad at me. If you know anything about Paul, he doesn't, you don't want to make him mad. No, he's just such a sweet soul that for him to be mad. But he kind of griped at me for not, for having a committed time of a stream and not communicating that I couldn't make it that day. So there you go. He is the reason that I now teach people to communicate and be a little over communicative when it comes to your schedule. And I'm going to ignore the fact that the last few months have been just right back to that. We're going to pass right on over that. The thing is, so I want to play some videos, and I want to hear your stories as well, though. I posted my first video on YouTube in 2004, but I haven't been consistent enough to build an audience, although I've worked in TV production for over 25. Yeah, the consistency thing is definitely, it's super interesting, because as I was pulling footage for all of this, and by the way, the internet seems to have forgotten Callie Lewis somehow, some way. Even somebody was telling me earlier this year, it's like, I didn't know anything about you in the past. We work closely together now. But he was like, I tried to find like anything to do with who you were before, and I couldn't find anything. And it is true. Google seems to have just ignored the fact that Callie Lewis ever existed. For those of you who don't know, I don't think is anybody here who's like brand new to me, who doesn't really know anything about my past. But basically, I started in 2005. December 23rd, 2005. This was right before the Apple released the first video iPod. And I was kind of dabbling in podcasting just from a geek perspective, because you had to hand code the RSS feeds, and I liked hand coding and development stuff. And so I was kind of geeking around on that, and the first video iPod came out, and it was obvious that video was where it was going, where this industry of podcasting was going. And so released it 2 days before Christmas, knowing that people would be getting it for Christmas and saying, well, they're going to need something to watch. I didn't do it because I wanted to. I kind of did it out of necessity, out of geeking around, but it seemed perfect timing. And then 5 months later, I was quitting my day job, doing the show full time, thanks to connecting with, you're going to see Adam Curry, my first interview, which is super awkward to watch. Yeah, so the process was really, really quick for me, but I was pumping out 5 videos a week from the very beginning, like very, very consistent. And, you know, I have definitely had times, even recently, very recently, that I have not been consistent. And it's really interesting. This is something that I think we don't really talk about, but once you stop being consistent, it's really easy to sit in the stoppedness. I know that's not a word, but it is super easy to just sit in that no creation zone. And that's why the consistency is almost even more important than just finding the audience, but it's for your behavior as well, which is super interesting. Yes, I remember waiting for all the podcasts to download in iTunes and getting all excited when I was a kid. See, I love this when people tell me that, like, oh, when I was a kid. Wait, Ryan, right? We were talking on Instagram. I haven't responded to your DM, and I apologize. I've been a little busy trying to get all this organized. Thank you so much. 20 years. I know. That's another thing, is I miss the regular streams. I haven't done them for long reasons, which don't really matter right now. I've definitely been coming up with some plans. Marcus! We thought of you as a rookie back then. Little did we know you were actually a Hall of Famer. Marcus, wait, weren't you the same year as me getting the Hall of Fame? Or was that a different year? But Marcus is an OG as well, goes way, way back as well. And I appreciate that. Oh, Jeffrey, good to see you. Dave Wonder says thank you. Yes. Let's see. Google doesn't see much value in the 15-year-old tech review. Oh, maybe that. I don't know. That's a good call out. It could be that. That's interesting. Oh, thank you, Justin. I appreciate you. This is really weird. The whole like name thing. The whole name, whatever Google is doing is really weird. Or YouTube is really, really weird with the names. Because I don't see the names as you design them to be for me. I discovered Ecamm last year watching you. It was before you moved. Okay, so stuffiness is now a word. Yes, although written out, it kind of looks like almost dirty, but it's not. Yes, you're that right. I will respond to you, I promise. The Geek Intelligence Agency. I have a video. Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna love this video, the Geek Intelligence Agency video. So when I first started, I was, wait for it. This was the intro from, why are you acting weird? Whoa, weird. This was the intro. Ugh. Why isn't it hitting? There we go.
Hello, I'm Callie Lewis, and this is your Geek Brief for today. Remember that blind guy from Star Trek Generations?
But that's so awkward. Remember that blind guy?
Take a look at this.
What?
It won't give a blind man vision, but if you can already see, it's way cool.
Oh
it's
my
called
god.
The Eye Theater.
How awkward is that? That was my first video, and it was so freaking awkward. I was looking down at a teleprompter, but I'm going to get back to the Geek Intelligence Agency thing. I was looking down at a teleprompter below the camera, totally separate. It wasn't actually a proper prompter. It was just a monitor below the camera. So my eyes kept looking back and forth, super high-pitched voice, and it's like super, super weird and awkward.
A complete home.
Shush, Callie, shush. Wait. There we go.
Theater environment.
Ah! I'm hitting all of the wrong buttons. That's what I'm doing wrong. Okay. I had to reset up all of the things. Aww. Wait, where's the stream alert? Hold on. I had to turn the stream alert off. It's coming back on, you guys. I am so sorry. Okay, streams, super chat alerts are now on. I do apologize. But thank you so much for Avid Pros for the super sticker. That means the world to me. Thank you so much. Okay, so that was the first video, and we had this whole thing. So I was the head of the Geek Intelligence Agency, essentially, and this was the first like tech review show. Like, just the quality was bad. I was bad. All of things were bad, but yeah, 20 years later, the meta glasses are a thing. Oh my gosh, right? I will share, Ron, I will share the story of the rebrand for sure. And so that was the first video, but I was the head of the Geek Intelligence Agency and literally had agent cards. So now you can, Patreon or buy me a coffee, or YouTube memberships where people can become a member. We didn't have that back then. I wasn't even on YouTube. YouTube wasn't even really a thing yet. I was on the iTunes platform, and that's where all of this stuff was available. We didn't have a different place for it at that point. And so we didn't have any of the things that we have now available to us, like memberships. Patreon wasn't out, nothing. Because this was such a tiny little community. Like, I remember Adam Curry, who was the Podfather, who kind of really didn't create podcasting exactly, but really was the champion of it coming to life. And he had an audience already from the MTV days. And so he was really championing podcasting as a thing. I remember hearing him, the first time I heard about podcasting, he was an interview on NPR talking about this new media fangled thing that allowed anybody to have a voice. And that was powerful to me in that moment. And I didn't even have a voice that I wanted to share. I just thought, holy cow, how cool is it that the big companies, big networks, that there isn't somebody who could just tell you you're good enough or you're not good enough, right? There wasn't this wall anymore to having a voice. And that was why I did my first podcast, Geek Brief TV, because I wanted to be a part of that. But at that point, I didn't feel like I had a particular voice or thing to say, but I was a geek and Adam said, podcast about what you love or what you're passionate about. And I was like, I like tech. I've been a techie, a geek since I was a kid. Like I did web design before all of this. Back in the day where you could charge $50,000 for a website, before the bubble burst in the 90s. But yeah, so yes, Pod Show, and then Mevio after that. Hey Kirk, nice to see you. Your consistency is the only thing that lets me know I'm not living in some alternate timeline lighthouse in this crazy world. Skid, you're hilarious. That's funny. Anyway, so that was kind of the impetus of Geek Brief coming to be. It was the first podcast that was the first video podcast. Back then, podcasts were video and audio. Then they went to audio only, and now that YouTube has really championed video podcasting, then we now are back to video being part of podcasting, which is super interesting. And so, thank you, Todd. I really appreciate you being here. And so that is, democratizing media. That was the phrase. Yes, it was a big deal in the 2000s. So I released this first video, and then 5 months later, like I called my mom crying, literally. I've told this story many times, but I called my mom crying after this first video, right? And I was like, I am so bad. I am so bad at this that I'm gonna be booed off the internet. Like, people are going to boo me off the internet. What happened was, people started getting video iPods for Christmas, like I thought, there was nobody else to watch. So they were forced to watch me. So I got like 2,000 downloads. Like, that's how we called them back then. 2,000 people were watching like immediately. And I got to partner with, I reached out to Adam Curry, actually, who was doing Pod Show.
Woo! I've been doing this for a while and I bloop less often.
Oh, Paul always coming at me with the surprise super chat alerts. Super chatted. Rory, thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Congrats on the memories and lessons I've almost learned. Fair. That was hilarious. Thank you so much for that, Paul. And so, still a woohoo even now. Still a woohoo even now. Yes, for sure. That's funny. So, I don't remember what I was saying when Rory interrupted me with me. They were a bit zoomed in. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I can fix that. Let me just do a real quick, I'm just gonna do it live. Is that okay with everybody? Can I fix my stuff live? We're just going to do an overlay, and we're going to do a new widget overlay. And I think what I did before was fill the entire frame, so I might just try that. Move that up here, hide that one. Let's see if that is better. Oh wait, here we go. Oh, it's zoomed in because this frame is probably the problem. There we go. All right, that should do it. All right, demo over. Anyway, before we go on, now you guys are gonna try. That's funny. Shall we pop some champagne for all of you who, and I do have some really awkward, embarrassing videos and some fun stories for you guys as we go down memory lane. But also, what are your favorite moments? I love to hear about your most embarrassing moments or your favorite moments as well. Live drinking. It's been a while since I did that. All right. You know, it's so funny. Well, I once built a PC on video from scratch. And the amount of pressure, anything doing video, fair Michael, anything you do on video is about 4 times harder than it is in real life because of the pressure of people watching you. And building that PC, I had never built a PC offline, and doing that for the first time ever, learning all of the things on video was intense, and I totally got torn apart. Totally got torn apart for all of the quote unquote mistakes that I was making. So, all right, here we go. There's too much gear in here. I'm not gonna let it fly. That's just gonna go horribly wrong, right? But here's here's to all of you.
Scanning.
Is that, uh-oh, I did it wrong.
Welcome.
I did it wrong. That's the old one, but that's Callie.
Scanning. Username accepted. Welcome.
Oh, I don't think I pasted, I didn't paste the right URL.
Scanning. Username accepted.
Is it just looping?
Welcome.
Are we just looping, or is everybody doing super chats? Oh, the gift memberships. That's what's going on.
Username accepted. Welcome.
Kathleen,
Welcome.
thank you
Shutting
for
down.
gifting those memberships.
Security breach. Scanning. Username accepted.
Here is all
Shutting
of,
down.
this is for all of you. I appreciate each and every one of you.
Scanning. Username accepted. Welcome. Welcome. Shutting
Aw.
down.
Okay, wow.
Security breach.
Kathleen, do 5 at a time. How many did you do?
Shutting down.
We've got gifted memberships, David Matney, BB the OG,
Username.
Joel Sales PE, oh, Joel Rosalesby.
Scanning.
I'm totally screwing that up. I apologize.
Welcome.
I don't know.
Shutting down.
I can't even read that name. Angela,
Username accepted. Welcome.
Morpheo,
Welcome.
Big,
Shutting down.
Big Jack Storytime, Chrissy, Gamer on all consoles. welcome to the membership. Thank you. So Paul, can you tell me, did I screw it up the link or do I need to fix it? Let me see. Hold on. I know what to do. Hold on. Okay. Whoop. Wait, I just have to do some fixes here real quick. There we go. Okay, it should be fixed. Should be fixed now. Alrighty, so where were we? Oh, I was gonna show you the, sorry. Okay, I know where I was when I got totally interrupted with super chats. The URL is correct, but it's not the right size. I fixed it. Okay, so the whole Geek Intelligence Agency thing. So because Patreon didn't exist, because all of no structure, no monetization structure existed at this time, other than a company called Podshow, which was owned by Adam Curry, and they were basically bringing people into their network, and they would source sponsorships, but they paid me a salary to be, this doesn't happen anymore. They paid me a salary to be a content creator on their network. And I was able to quit my day job out of that, but they would get sponsors. And so I would also get a piece of the sponsorship revenue as well. And so GoDaddy was our first sponsor. And I wound up being on the GoDaddy Super Bowl commercial, et cetera, which if you've seen the reel, you saw that. But if there's anything you guys want to see more of or hear more of, feel free to ask. Just say hey, can you talk about this thing? But at that time, no monetization structure existed for podcasters, for video creators. And so what I did was I actually made my own kind of membership thing, not knowing what I was doing. And we had cards. We had Ryan, since you were back then, or Dave, maybe you would remember. We basically, if I recall correctly, it was like we would assign you an agent number. And so you got assigned an agent number based on when you signed up. So agent number 1, agent number 2, or double, like I think we did like 001, 002, 003. And then you would pay to become an agent, I believe, if I remember correctly. You would pay to become an agent, and then you were assigned one and had physical cards that mailed out so that you could put that in your wallet or whatever. And people would come up to me at events and be like, look, I'm agent number, which is really, really fun, really cool. Or people could choose their own. Oh, that's right. That's right. Somebody was agent 86. Why do you remember that? The things that Dave remembers is so, his brain is something else. Like, he would always remember what shirt I was wearing for what video, things like Agent 86. I'm assuming that wasn't you, Dave. But anyway, so that was like a lot of the stuff that I was doing kind of at the beginning. Why some people say like, you invented this stuff or that kind of thing, or really kind of paved the way for some of the things. But it was really interesting as I was looking back, because wound up, let me see if I can find, where is Jeff Smith? So this is the other thing that I was doing as a business owner that I didn't even know what I was doing back then. Where is Jeff? Jeff. I've got all these tabs, crazy amount of tabs here. Well, you'll see it as I get to it. Oh, here it is. Yeah. So this is Jeff Smith, and Jeff Smith is he wrote everybody's jingles. So like we would have these little intros, right? And he would write all the creators like jingles, because he was a super talented musician. It still is a super talented musician, but everybody knew who Jeff Smith was. I started hosting with him sing-alongs, and this was, I think, the first thing that the first type of this type of thing where we would like literally, he would come on, I would host the stream, bring him in as a guest remotely. He lived in I think he still lives in Nashville, and people would just request songs, and they would donate to request a song. And so he knows like all the songs in the world. And so he would just, start singing based on requested songs. That is a format that still occurs today, but nobody was doing it at that time. For this picture was actually when he came to do a Christmas party at my house. And so that was really fun. But this is the start of my streaming, the things that I do now to produce other people's content and events. This was, I believe, the first one that I did. It was a physical event. We had physical people in the house, and then we were streaming it out online, and that was a whole production. I believe even Philip Nelson was at this party running the stream itself, running part of the stream at least, or helping with it. But Philip Nelson, I'll tell you that story here in a minute. He is an integral part of my journey. But this, you see that TV on the screen with the Yule log? Well, the first digital product that I had was a allllll TV. allllll TV. I sold a video, like a looped video of a Yule log with Christmas music by the amazing Jeff Smith. And that's where I was going, Dave. And so that was my first digital product before I ever sold courses, which is insane as well. Oh yeah, you were there. It's good. The Jeff Smith Nashville meetup was the best. The dueling piano bar for sure. Wait, you designed which one? Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool. You do? Oh, I want to see a picture of that. Oh, wait, Geek Beat TV. Wait, Geek Beat TV. Oh, that card. Yeah, that's right. We had a Geek Beat card as well. Yeah, that's crazy. So anyway, I totally forgot that I had done the allllll, like digital download thing until going through all of this stuff, which was, it's really super interesting. When you've been doing things for 20 years, you forget a lot. You really do. Okay. So my first interview was so bad. Like, okay, I've never been on video at this point. I start doing, the Christmas tree is far gone, Marco, far gone. But, and I didn't even get another one this year. Oh, well, whatever. So I just started doing video. I was such a shy kid. I didn't know what I was doing on video at all. And all these people were watching me. I had this now contract to do content 5 days a week for the next 4 years. And I was in it at that point. 5 months into releasing my first video, I had to be all in. Well, I was all in anyway, because that's the kind of girl I am. But yeah, so I'm gonna get right back to this for sure. Okay, so so my first interview was with Adam Curry, and this is the intro to that video, which is super kind of hilarious. But this is how bad I was on video at that time.
Hey, I'm Callie Lewis. You're watching
And the
Geek
quality.
Brief TV, and this is part 1 of my interview with Adam Curry, co-founder of Podshow Podcast Network. Now, I have to tell you up front, I was nervous, and you're going to be able to tell that because this is the Podfather we're talking about, my very first face-to-face interview.
girl.
When I say face-to-face, you can't imagine how close we were to each other. For those of you who aren't enmeshed in the podcasting community,
Did you see that weird laugh? Like when I said we were so close to each other, that truly was like we were in this small room, and I had never interviewed anybody. Adam came with a lot of pressure for me because like he was the Podfather, and he just presents himself as very like confident, and I was not confident in the least. And so then we've got this very narrow room to shoot in. And so in order for the camera angle, you know how I always say the only thing that matters is what the camera sees? This was true here because it doesn't look like we were sitting that close together, but from the camera, in order to get us both in frame, we had to be like really close together. And Adam, like this is such a, okay, I'll tell you the story after you
On the
listen a little
Podshow
bit.
Network. So talk a little bit about that.
Owned by the producers. It's that simple. There's a lot of people out there who I think we were very successful in helping to spark this podcasting community. And for some reason, if you look at the community by itself, which communicates in very closed environments, really
forgot the
amongst
time code.
like Podshow owes someone some listeners who, in this case, are also people AdSense, just splitting revenue. We're not competing with other ad
trying to
networks
find
or other
I had
podcasts. We're competing with mainstream media, and you need to have certain things at a certain level. Not everyone agrees with that, but
Anyway, like he was so, I was a fangirl because I learned about podcasting I didn't know who he was until I learned about podcasting, and then I discovered his life story. But he had these, I think he was wearing like extra top contacts. No, Abby, no. Hold on, baby girl, no. Everybody watch her because she's not allowed to be licking. She's not allowed to be licking. Anyway, so she just got through dental surgery. What could be possibly embarrassing about what we saw there? Everything, the way I talked, the way I described it, the awkwardness, it was super awkward. But that is the way, that is what you have to remember about your videos though as well, is that you think they're awkward and other people don't. Remember that as you're doing your first videos. Anyway, so he had just gotten back from, this is young Luria, super naive, but he had just gotten back from a smoke break, like pot smoke break, and I could smell it. And I had never smelled that at all, ever in my life at that time. And then he had these bright blue eyes. And so I'm like sitting really close to him, smelling that like piercing blue eyes. And I'm like, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. So that was my first interview. It's really, really weird. I know, such a good quality. We were really, really high quality back then. Yes. You can't stand the sound of your own voice. When I learned to edit, and I'm going to actually show you a video I actually shot, directed, edited, and voiceovered all by myself. It was when I was learning to edit. Yes, the best part of looking at old stuff is reminding how far we've come. When I was learning to edit, I would call myself Evil Callie, because I was using the name Callie at that point, but it was like, that's Evil Callie. I had to separate her in my brain because I couldn't stand to listen to it. But then now I actually hear myself like you hear it because I've done it so much, right? Yes. Yes, I was 24, which is insane. So anyway, Bama asked what production tools. So at that point, when I'm like early days, I basically saved up. I went on a ramen noodle diet. That's what I called it back then, because it was super cheap to eat packaged ramen noodles, and I needed to save. I was in a day job, but it needed to save money for camera equipment and things like that, and lighting and all of the things. And at that point, the camera that I bought was $350, and I it had in this video. You guys tell me if she starts licking, okay? In this video was 4 pieces of green poster board. It wasn't a proper green screen. 4 pieces of poster board that I got from Hobby Lobby, saved up for a $350 camcorder, the highest quality that I could afford at the time. And then had a monitor, I think it was like a 12-inch monitor that went underneath the camera. And I think I even used like work lights, like garage work lights for the lighting at that point, or maybe I had I don't remember the lighting, to be honest, but that was kind of the tech setup originally. But for something like the Jeff Smith production, so Philip Nelson and I have not been able to find the footage of Philip Nelson. I even told him I had it and I was going to be playing it tonight. Because I did have some, but I can't find it anymore. But when, I think you asked this when I was talking about the Jeff Smith production, I was using TriCaster. So Philip Nelson, who worked at TriCaster, had reached out to me. So essentially what happened, here's how we went to higher quality stuff. I had gotten an opportunity in 2006, so not even a year. It was October 2006. I got an opportunity for Leo Laporte to go on to Call for Help. Amber MacArthur was leaving the show, and he needed to fill in for 3 months in 2006. So October, November, December is when I shot Call for Help. This was a Canadian and Australian TV show. And I had called into Leo's show once, and he knew who I was. And I was like, wait, what? because I asked a tech question. He knew who I was. And I was like, whoa. After that, I get the call from him asking me to co-host the TV show with him. And this is the thing I've done the best out of my entire career, is when there's an opportunity presented to me, I say yes, and then I figure out how to accomplish it. Of course, I had no idea how to do a co-hosted TV show. I was doing baby stuff. I was brand new to video entirely. But I said yes over and over and over to opportunities that I knew could change the trajectory of my future. It was just obvious, right? And so I said yes, and then you figure out how to do it. And if there's one piece of advice that I could offer anybody, that is it. Is like, we don't think about the yes. When it's big enough. If it's if it feels in your body like this could be the thing that changes my future, if that's shooting your first video because it'll get you out in front of an audience that could buy your courses, that could become a community for you, whatever that is, then you say yes, and you don't let your fear get in the way. Because as I always say, ready is not a feeling, because we always wait till we feel ready. It is a decision. And so I just made that decision for call for help. Then Panasonic asked me to host their stream for hundreds of thousands of people watching live. Had no idea how to do it with a multi-million-dollar production at that time. Said yes. And oh my gosh, it all worked. I have a fun story about Panasonic for sure. But so that was kind of, I don't know where to find all of these things. I don't have them in order of, but call for help was definitely like one of those things that made a big difference in my career. But it was super, super awkward, and I knew nothing about what I was doing. Anyway, so I go to call for help. I'm looking. Here we go.
Whee! Today on Call for Help.
Where's that wee?
Must be that rap song. Most fun ever. This is the... No.
Everybody's been skeptical about
They
it.
actually have a product?
They actually have a proof of concept.
Oh, a proof of...
So that was me. I felt so uncomfortable. And I can look at that now and see what people saw before, because everybody was like, oh my God, you did so great.
And you've got it.
It's a product, yes.
All right, we're going to see it for the first time ever. This is the company, the Russian company,
yes,
that I really thought was scamming us.
Right.
And so we would do...
See,
I basically sat in the studio. For a week, for 3 months, and had to like do live to tape at that point, just constant shooting all day long. And thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. And so I had to learn on the fly. I had never read a proper teleprompter at that point. I had never done an actual production at that point. I mean, we're a year into my video journey, not even. And I was asked to be on this pressure-filled stage. And the inside feeling, like, it obviously didn't come out so bad, but inside I was so uncomfortable with that live environment. And I got home from that experience, and I was like, so me personally, I just I'm not good at not being good at something. So either if I'm not good at something, I either don't do it at all, or I have to figure it out. And for me, I knew that there was no other option than to figure it out. And so I was so uncomfortable being live in that environment because before that I needed to have everything scripted. I needed to know exactly what I was going to say at all times. I needed confidence. I needed preparation, hours of preparation before doing any sort of thing video wise. And so that live environment threw me for a head loop. And it was so uncomfortable internally that I needed to figure it out. And so I came back home from that experience and said to myself, I'm going to start going live on, I think, multi times a week basis, at least weekly. And I was like, I'm just going to figure out how to do this live thing because I could not be in that space, headspace again. It was so uncomfortable. And so I came back and I started live streaming to my audience consistently. And it was really wretched. It was awful. But to Philip Nelson, to kind of pull back to where we were going, Philip Nelson, who worked at TriCaster, and TriCaster, gosh, guys, this is where streaming was at that time. You had to have a big box, like a hardware box, in order to stream professionally. So any of these overlays that you see, like the fact that I can put a second camera on screen, like all of the animations that we throw up, like Lamb had me hard, Live Adrenaline Monster had me hard at Call for Help for sure. But I was doing 5 to 7 times a week. Thank you, Dave. Like Dave is necessary for me to remember what reality was back then. So at that point you had to have this hardware box, and one of the options was called a TriCaster from NewTek, and that it had its own proprietary software. So the things that I use now, which is Ecamm, all of this is software based that you can throw onto any computer. That wasn't the case back then. And so live streaming has really come a long way. So Philip Nelson came into my house and showed me how to actually run a professional production using the TriCaster. And these things cost like $10K. Like, you did not stream professionally without a budget, without a proper budget back then. And so I can look back at that and think amazing how far we have come as an industry to be able to do all of this just so simply and so easily. And so it's pretty impressive. So he taught me, he got me set up with a TriCaster box. And for many, many years, I was using TriCaster software, and that was all PC based. I think even TriCaster was maybe even Linux or something, but PC, I think PC actually. Anyway, so I learned from him. He supported me in that process of learning, and we collaborated for many, many years. We're still friends. But yeah, right? Like, you guys believe me when I tell you how easy it is these days. It really is so easy. Oh, yeah. It was I don't know if I ever paid for a TriCaster. I'm sure I did along the way at some point, but I do believe that I was like, because I was talking about what I was doing just like I do today. Yeah, Windows box, yeah. The whole bit. It had everything. And so I think that they basically, set me up with one of those units. I don't know that I would have been able to afford it at that time. But yeah. Okay, so we have some questions. You were my enabler back during the pandemic. That's funny. Say yes and figure it out on the fly. Yes, that is honestly so important. Yes. Okay. Hold on. Any of these still out there? Yeah. This was 2006. I do not condone what I'm about to say. All right. Everybody just know I do not condone what I am about to say. But I will say over the last couple of weeks, as I've been trying to pull clips, and the fact that Google seems to have forgotten who Callie Lewis was entirely, because there's very little out there that you can find just on Google. I had to go back to Internet Archive and also I am for once grateful for people who stole my content back in the day. Because there were a few people who would steal my content and upload them to their own channels. That is not allowed. It is against the law. It is against copyright, all of the things. And I've actually been grateful for those people over the last couple of weeks. I have to say that. Because there are a couple of channels out there that have like all of my history. So that's been nice. I wouldn't need it if my Drobos, I could get the content off of my Drobos. I have 4 big Drobo storage units in my closet right behind the camera here, but I can't get them off. So yeah, there's that. Wait, hold on. I used a TriCaster when I was a technical director for an online radio network in '99. It was a great system. That's awesome. It was the same TriCaster as Leo's. Yeah, Windows XP. That's right. I think it was XP at first and then 7. Yeah. How is it the stolen stuff endured better than the legit stuff? I don't know. Talk to Google about that. I do not know. Thanks to those SOBs. Yes, right, buddy. Okay. So, there were some other questions real quick. What was your quote about being ready or feeling ready? The quote was, ready is not a feeling, it is a decision. Ready is not a feeling, it is a decision. And all you need to do is make a decision to do the thing, and you're good to go. You will figure it out. That's the thing, is that when you put yourself in a situation that is above your current skill set, AKA doing video, you will figure it out by force of decision to do the said thing. And so that, I think, has always been core to who I am, and it served me incredibly well through my journey here doing this. Callie, get it right. Get it right. Okay. Oh, this was the first iPhone. This is the first iPhone that I secured a, spot in the career journey by talking about gadgets and tech. And Apple is, of course, one of the core things that I would talk about. Somebody asked me to sign their iPhone at an event, and I argued with this guy for like 5 minutes straight. Like, no, I'm not signing your iPhone. That would destroy it. And he was so persistent. He was like, no, I need you to sign this thing. And I was like, no, I can't. I just found that picture. I thought that was funny. Oh, that's Philip Nelson. Yeah, so this is Philip Nelson. This is, I know I have footage somewhere, but I could not find it as I was preparing all of this. Kevin and Alex from Dignation as well. So this was the first documentary that I learned to hold on. Anyway, this was the first documentary that I learned how to create myself. I was learning to edit as well.
The mozzarella ball won't last very long. Oh,
it's like,
I love it. I do. I just love it. The mozzarella company has been in business for 25 years, making several
I won't
types of
force you to
cheeses,
watch
and
it
Paula doesn't
much.
plan on stopping anytime soon. It takes no.
But it was a whole process of learning how to like create kind of like a mini documentary type of thing as well. So as we were talking about the kind of production level, right? So like I started creating like high quality professional streams way back when, as soon as I learned about the TriCaster. And that's been my thing for 2 decades now, or almost, I guess. And so one of the great things that I've been able to do is set up, like, so CES is like the biggest gadget or tech conference expo. And so literally was able to set up a stage on the CES floor, at the top of the CES floor in Vegas. And that's me sitting like underneath the sign, which is pretty cool. And stream for 5 days during CES interview. Like before, I had to go out on the floor and walk through every booth and interview all of the different pieces of tech that was being announced at each year. And then, but this was really taking it on the road and setting up a system so that people would come to us, exhibitors would come to the stage, and we teamed up with Mobile Nations to do this live stream event. So we had several hosts that we could kind of rotate through. This is the same time that I wound up doing the Panasonic stream as well. So I was hopping back and forth between CES Live and hosting. Maybe it was the second year that we did CES Live that I was also doing Panasonic. And Panasonic came to me and said, hey, would you host our CES live stream? And I'm just looking for the picture. I should have done a better job organizing all of these things. Here. So Panasonic came to me and asked me to stream, to host their stream. And that was another time I was just like, yes, no idea how. This was a multi-million-dollar production, and I was confident on camera at this point, but I had never done anything where the director is talking to, well, I guess I did at Call for Help, but not in this environment. And so the director was talking to me on my IFB, and then I had a floor director telling me, what to do. I was interviewing CEOs, like big wigs of big tech companies. And the first time, so CES, if anybody doesn't know what that is, it's the convention center in Vegas. It's massive. And they hold the doors closed and then open them. And so when the show floor opens, floods of people just come in. Now, at that time, and this last time I went to an expo, they fixed a lot of this problems. But at that time, everybody was using the same Sennheiser mic on the same channel. And so were we at Panasonic, and everything went awry. So we had tested, all the tech was working, it was spotless. And then, of course, they opened the show floor and everybody started flooding in, and all of a sudden I get this buzzing in the ear because the tech just goes to crap. And so I get this huge buzzing going on. I have to look to my right, start interviewing, like open the show, start interviewing these CEOs on stage while reading chat from my iPad, while reading a teleprompter. And so like all of these things that I had to multitask on, talking, communicating, listening to what was being said so that I could have a conversation from the host, from the interviewees, while this buzzing was happening. And I was looking at the show floor director like, can I take this thing out? She was like, no, don't take it out. The director thinks that they'll have it fixed in just a second. It lasted way longer than a second, lasted forever, because they couldn't fix it very quickly. Anyway, that's when I learned I could do anything on live stream. Like all the multitasking, all the distraction, all of the things. I got through that and still made, everybody clapped for me after we went on to break, because they were like, that was amazing. Like the audience never knew anything was wrong. It was still a great experience for them. And that's when I learned you can do anything once you set yourself into that place. Because, and that's where I really, like a lot of you know now, I focus on the experience for the viewer. What is the viewer experience? That's where I learned that, is Panasonic. So this was that moment where what I teach now, what is the experience for the viewer? That is all that matters. if you're having a crappy day, if your tech is going wrong, what is the viewer seeing, thinking, and feeling? That is all I cared about in that moment, because I was getting paid a lot of money for that job. And it was way more money than I had made for any kind of hosting gig. And I just knew I couldn't let that go wrong. And so that's when I learned the viewer experience is truly, truly all that matters. I can deal with everything else. I can hide it away. I can repackage it in my brain, whatever I need to do so that I can create that experience for the viewer. And so now that's what I teach, is that viewer experience. So that's a little bit of fun, a little history there. I'm curious to know when the switch to TriCaster to software, from TriCaster to software. So that did not happen until, vMix. Okay, Dave, calling on my external hard drive. When did I switch to vMix? So I went from TriCaster to vMix. I'm gonna guess that was in Portland. I'm gonna guess that was when I moved to Portland. Maybe a little after. So 2015, 16 is what I'm gonna guess. Dave's gonna correct me if I'm wrong, probably. Here's another one fun from the CES that you guys might enjoy.
Sad, Renee.
Why are you sad, Callie?
Because the show's almost over.
Not yet, though.
Not
There's
yet.
more.
Yes, there is. I'm Callie Lewis.
I'm Renee Ritchie.
We are back for more CES live coverage here at CES 2014. I guess I should be glad it's almost over because my voice is going.
We're going to take you for some hot
Yeah.
tea, some lemon, some honey. We're going to get you
Sounds
fixed up.
Great. But right now, I'm going to let somebody else do all the talking. Ralph Sorella.
How are you?
Good.
You need a hot tea booth.
I
Where is that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably Center Hall.
So this is what I mean by you never know who's watching your content. Ralph Sorella is a geek upon geeks, but he was at the Howard Stern show at this time, and that's when he reached out to me and we became friendly. But time and time and time again, I walk away from experiences like, you never know who is watching. GoDaddy. That's funny. Let's see. GoDaddy people were watching years later. After GoDaddy, I was on their Super Bowl commercial, blah, blah, blah. Years went by that I was not affiliated with GoDaddy. And then after I had started from scratch, when I say I started back from scratch after losing 2 million followers, I started from scratch. I remember the days when I was streaming again under a new brand, and there were 5 people watching my streams. And that's where some of you are right now, which is, I'm so thankful that I went through that experience, because my first go back in 2005, I had quick rise to success. And because nobody else was doing it at that time. So I had early mover advantage. But then after I had to start back from scratch, it was painful. My ego took a big hit. I can tell you that. And, but I look back at that now and I think I'm so grateful that I had to start from scratch, because I know now what it feels like for you to start from scratch, for you to start the process of building an audience. And that is a really valuable perspective for me to have, because it's not all just rise to quick success and have all these opportunities throw at you. You have to build it up yourself. And so I think that was super cool. But yeah, so years later, GoDaddy was watching, Orange County Choppers was watching, one of those 5-6 people were watching, and they're big names. And then opportunities came to build their video studios from 5 or 6 people. That I mean, if that doesn't inspire you to show up anyway, like you never know who is watching. And that is, I think, really, really cool. It's really, really cool. Okay. That makes sense.
Woo! I'll be drinking coffee sweetened with hazelnut Splenda flavor blend.
Wait, how many? Just super chat 99 cents. I want to see how many Paul made. Oh, Paul, I love you. Oh, yes, we had a live stream box. Yes. Live stream. Wait. Yes, we. Ooh. Sorry, I just hit the mic. I apologize for your ears. Yes. TriCaster to live stream. You're right. You're absolutely right. TriCaster to live stream box, then vMix. And Dave says it was after Dallas. So 2016 is probably when I switched to vMix. And then Ecamm. I was dueling back and forth between Ecamm and vMix during the pandemic era. Right before it, but then the twins got so freaking good at with Ecamm development so quickly. It became, because originally Ecamm was not capable of doing everything that vMix, Livestream, or TriCaster could do. And so I was stuck on PC for all of those years. And then the twins just nailed it. And through the pandemic, they were able to get Ecamm to function like I needed it to function for it to be my core thing. I always wanted a Mac software, but for a long time, PC was the only option to do a professional stream, which was really cool. This is so sweet, Austin. Thank you so much. Larry's the real deal. All that she learned through the years, she's sharing the good, the bad, and the ugly. Thank you for sharing it all. Oh, thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Oh, yeah. So why did I have to start from scratch? So
Country music television turned me into an action figure.
That's right. Oh my gosh, it didn't make it into the reel, into my highlight reel. Where is that thing? Anyway. It's somewhere around here. Yes, and then Mac, yeah, Apple started making their own chips, which, okay. I'm coming back to this. Why did I have to start from scratch? So essentially what happened was, here's the bad that Austin was talking about. So so when I was doing Geek Brief had a 4-year contract with Mevio or Podshow. Podshow is where it started. They changed their name to Mevio over the years. And so Podshow contracted me for 4 years to create content. I think I was doing 5 days a week content, maybe 4 days a week videos for 4 years. And then when the contract ended, we weren't able to renegotiate in a way that made me happy. And there was also some life stuff happening at that time for me that made it impossible to continue the show as is. So with those two things, I had to end that show and start a brand new show. Basically, I lost, like at that point, I was able to point people in the direction of going to Revision 3 network at that time. And again, like there were at the time, 4 years into this stuff, 5 years into this stuff, like, people were doing it on their own. They were doing it on YouTube. The network that I was a part of didn't want a presence on YouTube, which I think was short-sighted at that time. But I wasn't even on YouTube until years later because it was all iTunes at that point. Anyway, so I was able to point people to the new show. I joined Revision 3 Network, which at that time was really the largest, like had a lot of the biggest names in video and podcasting. Yeah, Revision 3, Jim Louderback. Jim and I hang out now still. And so he brought me in to his network. We basically recreated Geek Brief under a different name, essentially. And so that didn't feel like starting from scratch. It was a new brand, new name. But that lasted for about 5 years. And then I had a bad partnership split, and then I actually lost my brand, and I also changed. I was really burnt out at that point. And here's the truth, and this is the ugly reality of starting early and starting young. I started when I was 24. I was a just naive baby at that point. Like, even as 24-year-olds go, I was really naive, really young, really sheltered growing up. And so I didn't have a lot of worldly experience. And so I started when I was 24. I started under this alias name of Callie Lewis, even though I was honest about the fact that it was an alias. Like, Luria Petrucci was on the credits of every single video as the host. And I didn't hide the fact that I had a real name. But I was also, I felt like over the years I had, so now we're 10 years in, I'm 34, 33, 34. And I had grown up. And personally, like, I'd been through a lot of hard stuff personally, and I had learned big life lessons, and I didn't feel like I could just be who I wanted to be. And at that point, when I really had to start from scratch again, I had people telling me, don't drink a glass of wine at an event, because you might be pictured with, like, you might get a picture with it and it might be like mid blink, and then you'll look like, you know, a crazy person, drunk person online, and like all of these rules and all of these stipulations about how to be a personality online, because I literally was growing up in front of an audience. And, you know, when I did go through major life stuff, like get a divorce and have some really embarrassing things happen, and like it was splashed across the internet. Newspapers were writing about me and my life experiences and my mistakes and all of the things. And it's like small time, you know, celebrity, quote unquote. But at that time, it was such a small community. Like, now we look at, there are billions of creators. It wasn't like that always. And so really, truly, I was growing up in the public eye. And so it was very much, I felt like I had to continue being the person that I was when I started. And so personally speaking, as I had gotten into my now early 30s, I felt like I was in a bubble. I needed to break free from that. And I had a very traumatic experience, and as you know, things ended, and then I needed to just whoosh, be free. And yeah, and it was, I know that's, Kathleen, don't get me started. But yeah, so it was kind of a combo of like me burnt out, me feeling like, because and this was at the time I was getting recognized everywhere I went. So, you know, I remember this moment where I was in Walmart shopping and I was having a really bad day. And you're not allowed to have a bad day if people recognize you in public. And and so I was having a really bad day, and I remember this moment of like kind of getting a little frustrated. This woman in the freezer section just like standing there with the door open, not doing anything, and she was right where I needed the thing. And so I had this memory of being really kind of like agitated at her. And not mean. I don't even think I said anything to her, but in my head, I was just like, you know? And then I go home, check Twitter, and somebody's saying, oh, I saw you in Walmart, blah, blah, blah. But they never said hi. They never said anything to me. And so it feels like you have that happen over and over. And it starts to feel like people are just constantly watching you. Similar time frame, I moved into a new apartment complex and I'm unloading my stuff into this new apartment. And I love new apartments because they feel freeing, like a new lease on life, all of the things. And so I was really excited. And then I get another tweet like that. You're moving into my apartment complex. We're neighbors. And I'm like, great. Now I can't be myself in my own home. And that was heavy. And so all of that kind of mixed together, I just basically didn't know what I wanted to do going forward. And I spent a couple of years just like hem-hawing around trying to figure out where I wanted to go. After changing my name, I did decide to, leave the Geek Brief, Geek Beat behind. And I changed my name to my real name. And at that point, I wasn't able to continue moving my followers with me. And so basically I just gave up and not gave up. I didn't give up. That's the wrong phrase. But I felt directionless. And then I found the course world. And I found the fact that people teach what they know. And I am a teacher at heart. And that kind of made a lot of sense to me. And so then I was like, oh, well, somebody had said, what's the one thing that people always ask you? And the one thing that people had asked me for many, many years was, how do I do what you do? Do video, do live streaming, like all of the things. And so I started to learn how to share my knowledge from that perspective and sell digital courses and do webinars and all of the things. And that's how I kind of shifted. But when I finally figured out where I wanted to go, I had no audience anymore. Like, because I wasn't able to direct anybody. I lost the brand, the channel, all of it. So I wasn't able to like move people with me. And this is when I learned the importance of an email list and having not use borrowed audiences like YouTube or Twitter, socials, or anything.
Doing email on the go is very important to me.
Why is it why is it hidden? Let me see this. Hold on. I don't know if I'm doing anything. Anyway, it's cute. Those are so cute, Paul. But anyway, that's the story. I learned about Amy Porterfield at that time. And I learned how to do courses, webinars, and start selling my knowledge, not just sponsorships. Because for 10 years, my business was based on sponsorships, which is a very volatile kind of potential. So is courses too, but one are the same. But yeah, so I learned the need for, oh, wait, no, we're supposed to actually control like the relationship with our audience so that we kind of move people where we need them to be. People are still finding me randomly and saying like, you're Callie Lewis. You look like Callie Lewis. Wait, what? So, that's fair. Nobody's videos are actually that bad. That's what I've learned. Like, as I work with students, like, your first videos will seem very bad to you in the moment and, and when you look back, but they're actually not so bad. Oh, the Callie Lewis okay. I've just got, I'm sure you don't want to listen to me ramble all night, but I have to show you this one. This is funny. This is the Callie Lewis International Gadget Spy.
Callie Lewis, the titular head of the Geek Intelligence Agency, the GIA. It's 7 a.m. in San Francisco. I've already had breakfast, checked my email, got an overview of what's hot in gadget news. No makeup yet, obviously.
I don't know why.
It's
Callie Lewis.
Hey, it's Callie Lewis. I need the card in 5 minutes. I can't talk right now. I have to be in Monster Park in 30 minutes.
This is driving in San Francisco, where I live now. Anyway, this goes on. I got access to like a stadium to be able to shoot this. Oh!
Okay, I'm at Monster Park. What do you have for me? And you needed me here to tell me that? I thought you had inside information about the
funny.
iPhone.
Anyway, this goes on as a two-parter, but that was a little fun thing because I was shooting for Monster Cable, and Noel Lee, the owner, had like a collection of fancy cars, but he let me drive his Corvette or whatever kind of car that was. I don't really know cars well at all. We all kept. Oh, did you have to keep searching for me? Oh, how did you find me again, Kathleen? I don't know that we've ever talked about that much. I mean, I knew that you were there, but yeah. Oh, thank you, Margot. Yes, so many amazing experiences. This doesn't even begin to cover all of them, but being able to, like in my sizzle reel or in that highlight reel, being able to speak on stage with people. Oh, I have one final story. Okay, one final story, and then hold on. Oh, two final stories. Okay, real quick. Yes, you are, Kathleen. You are that. Okay. Thank you for knowing what that was. Being able to jump out of the U.S. Army, jump out of a plane with the U.S. Army Golden Knights is truly, truly one of the highlights for me. I literally did the first interview in the sky, so you can't even understand it. I had to put subtitles.
Hopefully Mike has one. Guys, they know.
Anyway, so the being able to jump and actually like experience that, your face. This was so much fun, and I would do it again. But like I had no qualms about jumping. I had no worries about jumping because like these are the people who like they let the presidents of the United States jump with. Like they're that good that presidents are allowed to jump with them. And so I was just like, cool, like I'm in safe hands. If presidents can do it, I have nothing to worry about. But then I had a little camera taped. I'm trying to see if there's I don't know if you can see it. You wouldn't be able to really see it here because the camera is pointing. But I was able to do this interview. Oops, yeah. Hold on. So basically what happened was I taped a little, like a round action camera. Like it was like a little oval cylindrical thing. And I had the camera here pointing this way, but it was all wrapped like tightly because literally jumping through the air, like how are we going to secure that? Taped it to the glove that I was wearing and just like super secured it. So my hand is like this the whole time I'm jumping. But then I get it out and, do an interview about the technology of the parachute in the sky. And they told me that they hadn't ever seen anybody do an interview at that point. So it was the first interview in the sky during a parachute jump. And so that was a really fun one to do. Thank goodness it worked. Thank goodness tech didn't go wrong that day because that would have sucked. But yes, This one, oh, before we get to that one, the laser harp. Have you ever seen a laser harp? This is my good friend Steve Thompson, and he does the laser harp. So he taught me how to
Can I tell you where I got that startup sound from? Is that?
yeah, go play the laser harp.
Oh my God, that is awesome. Look at how it just like expanded into like a laser.
You've seen it, yeah. And I slowed it down about that. Should definitely happen.
Somewhere in here I play it. I thought
Wouldn't be
maybe
able to use your hands on this one.
I don't know where it is, but oh yeah, here.
Oh, the gloves.
Burn your hands off. Yeah.
Oh.
Your official laser
Burn
harpist
your
now.
hands
You've got
off.
to near them. That'll already be bad. But no, powered laser like this is
okay,
actually
watch
so
it.
bad.
Alright.
I don't
This
know
is
if I
cool.
should say that, but I've
This
never
is
had any problem
a
with it.
fun
so
one.
it's cool.
Except for your eyes.
Except, yeah, don't put your eyes anywhere near it. You need the white glove for extra reflectivity, so it works.
So what do I do?
Okay, so it's pretty simple actually to play. It's going to be a problem actually. Okay, that's basically you've got it.
Okay.
Wow.
This is not a well
Let's try this.
edited video.
Beautiful. That's a
That's a fun one. Oh, that's right. Beaming down. Wait. How did, what was the tech? I don't remember. How did you guys get the audio down there? I don't remember that. Okay. But this one is where it's at. These guys being able to be on stage. This was due to Philip Nelson, who I was telling you about earlier. He organized this, and and Tom Green, Norm Macdonald, who I was incredibly sad to hear of his passing, and Chris Angel. We were all on this panel together at NAB show, and I had previously done another celebrity panel with my mama said not to say anything if you can't say anything nice at all. So I will just leave it at, I did not have a great experience on the first panel celebrity panel that I was a part of. But so I was a little hesitant, I will say, when this opportunity came along. Because I was like, oh, this is more celebrities being celebrities. And we actually had dinner the night before because Philip was like, I want you all to get to know each other. They probably, I don't, like Tom and Norm probably already knew each other, but I don't know. But anyway, so we had dinner the night before, and then we, hung out backstage before the panel as well. And I will say I was incredibly pleasantly surprised by how genuine all of these men are. Norm, I never totally vibed with his SNL comedy. And so I fully expected to not really dig him as a human. And he was my favorite of the bunch. Like, all three men did, but like Norm really zoned in and asked intelligent questions, asked caring questions. He was so like, he was just paying attention to me as a person. Of course, I'm like which one of these doesn't belong? Like me did not belong on that panel. But we were all talking about our online efforts and the content that we were creating and stuff. Anyway, so being able to really just sit down and talk. Norm was very, very just a good human being. And he was like just really paying attention to everything I said at that dinner. Not because he had to, but just all of them were the same way. Tom was amazing. Chris was amazing. But I was very surprised by how really, really good these guys were and how much they cared, and made me feel like I did belong on that panel. So that was a really nice moment in time for sure. All right, you guys. Abby is sleeping. She has been pretty good this whole time. Pretty good. Oh, you did? That's awesome, David. That's really cool. My start was with public access TV. The training was amazing. It moved to producing my own show before Ecamm, the next important move for my production as a musician and host. Thanks for your tips. That's really cool, Richie. I love that. That is really, really cool. I also saw somebody else. Oh, yeah. When I started with Ecamm, when I first picked up your shows on how to set up scenes and overlays, what was with all the change in color? Oh, just look back over my history. My hair has changed so much over the years, up and down, different styles. I think probably what you're referring to is I had paid. It's funny. I had paid like $400 freaking dollars for a Kelly, what do you call them? The multicolored hair dye. I ask Callie because she dyes her hair all the time. So she should know it. It starts with an H. Anyway, like these like crazy amazing hair color things, kind of designs. And I had paid like $400 for like a rainbow colored kind of thing. Anyway, the ombre. Thank you, Kathleen, coming out with it. There we go. I paid for this ombre thing, and I was like, oh, it's going to be bright colors. It's going to be gorgeous. And I honestly never really cared about dyeing my hair. I still don't to this day, even though I have gray hairs. But I went through a period, I was like, I want to let my personality shine a little bit more. I want to try this thing. Anyway, the foil thing works too. Okay. See, should have known. But anyway, it lasted like less than 2 weeks and I was pissed. And so it went through this like change constantly of like leaving the ombre behind. And then I wound up with like basically blonde hair. It was, yeah. Wait, but the purple was the ombre. Oh, I don't know. The purple went away. That's what I'm saying, I think. Anyway. But my hair has never been very consistent at all. It changes constantly. So, and part of it is because I will grow it out because I don't want to spend an hour in the chair. I am very much a person like, how quickly can I get ready? Can I spend less than 5 minutes on my makeup? I don't want to spend time in the hair chair to get it cut because it seems like a waste of time to me. I could be like, I care most about efficiency in life. And so I'm like, how can I be efficient when I'm in the chair, stuck to the chair, getting my hair cut? So I will go months not getting my hair cut because I don't want to spend an hour in the chair. And then it'll get too ornery like it is now. And then I will have to buckle and go get it fixed. Which is about where I am now. I was actually thinking about doing that over the holidays. So who knows? Who knows what I will come out with at the beginning of the year. I really appreciate your sharing. Zach says it continues to motivate and inspire, especially when progress feels impossible. It can feel impossible, but you all are doing it. And if you're not doing it, let this be motivation to do it. I truly, truly, truly believe one thing about video. You don't know who's watching. You don't know what your life will change. Like, you don't know how your life is going to change because of this video thing that you're doing. You are wanting to make a difference in other people's lives. That's why you're here. And you will only do that. Well, not only, but you can have a massive impact if you show up on video. And you should just, I hope for you that you are willing to put the fear aside, to put the uncomfortableness aside. I cried my first video. I did not think it was any good. I did it anyway. And look at what has happened. 20 years later, all these opportunities have come my way. Will your opportunities look the same as mine? Absolutely not. They'll be right for you in the moment that they're right for you. And so I just hope for you that you are willing to stick through the uncomfortable to get to the good stuff, because that is when it really comes, is when you're willing to put it out there. And who knows whose life you're going to change? Who knows what impact you can have? Who knows what good will come out of it for you, your personal life, your family's life. But if you let it be hard and you don't push through that, you'll stay exactly where you are. And that for me has never been okay, to stay exactly where I am. And that's why I continue to push and be tenacious through all of the ups and downs, through really, really bad moments and really high highs. So I appreciate that you are part of this community, and some of you have been around for all these 20 years, and I can't even describe how much that means to me. Like, to know that people like you, Ryan, like have the old card and to be in touch still, like, it blows my mind, it warms my heart, and I'm just so incredibly grateful and thankful for each and every one of you. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, you don't know who needs to hear exactly what you have to say. So go say it. Thank you for that, Angelo. And here is to you and that effort that you are making and all of the things that you are going to do over the next 20 years of your creation online. So I am so, so grateful. I know I've said it a bazillion times, but here's to you. And now let's put those dancing shoes on and dance this baby out. I don't have credits, but I thank you so much. Here's to 20 more years. Here's to everybody doing more great stuff, even when it doesn't feel like it. But you are, I'm just looking for a right song. But you're going to do amazing, incredible, incredible things. Thank you.
I'm thinking back on all those times when I felt close.
I'm trying to find one that actually has a beat right up front. Yes, Tina, I want to go back to live streaming as well. Like, I've missed it. I've missed not being here with you guys so consistently. So look for more of this awesomeness in 2026. Happy holidays, everyone.
Wishing you'd only be more like them. Over and over, you cry yourself.